Exposed After Dark with Joseph Shepard. Exposed After Dark with Joseph Shepard.
Hey everybody, it's Joseph Shepard, and welcome to a new episode of Exposed After Dark. It's a show that's a little bit like Exposed, but after dark, and it's a lot more fun. And let me just say, I have the honor and the privilege of chatting with somebody from Drag Race Season 15. We're chatting with Salina EsTitties.
Exposed After Dark with Joseph Shepard. Tonight's special guest Salina EsTitties.
You know, I love after dark moments, honey.
Oh, I know. Every single podcast you've been on, girl.
People tell me this all the time, but I just believe that, like, why not share all of who I am
Yeah.
and not just little parts?
That's true.
We don't like little parts in here.
No, we were just talking about little parts.
Yes.
So, do you prefer little parts? You said you don't really care.
Well, I don't mind little parts because I think little parts deserve love too, and you can do a lot with little part, you know, if you know how to work it. But I do prefer something nice and big part.
Well, I went into research dives into you. I went into the after dark that you probably thought that you hid. You've done some things. But there's some interesting things that you did at the first year of drag career that you still do today.
Oh.
What is your obsession with pregnant bellies?
Oh, okay. You want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why I got into drag was I got sober when I was 21 years old, and the sober community in LA is very strong, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And mostly at that time was a lot of these older gay men, and I love older gay men. Like learning from them, their wisdom, their history, you know, they paved the way for us to do this today,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So I have a lot of respect for my elders when it comes to, you know, gay men who have been through it, especially during the AIDS pandemic. Like I have a lot of respect and like love for them because they showed me so much love when I was a little baby just trying to get sober. And these men put on a big fundraiser called Best in Drag Show. It happens every single year, and they raise money for people living with HIV/AIDS. And I was 21 years old, like thrown into this fundraiser world where they're getting into drag and putting on this giant pageant. And you know, it's very non-PC, like it's very inappropriate, it's very racial, and like, you know, it's like old school drag gay F-wordetry, you know what I mean? So that's what it was. And so I came up with that humor, with that sense of like spice and that drag aesthetic that they do at this show. And they were like, you should compete one year. And I was like, oh, girl. At that time, I was just a dancer. I wasn't doing drag or nothing. And so then 3 years gone by, I was like assisting backup dancing for the queens who would do it. And mind you, these aren't professional drag queens. These are people who are just being of service to help raise money. And that's part of the charm and the appeal of the show is like these non-performers are like the most glammed you've ever seen. It's like if you had Drag Race budget with a person who's you picked off the street, and that's what makes it so funny because they're so clunky. They walk like cavemen, but they're wearing these giant gowns, and it's sickening. So I decided to do it one year, and
Were you the caveman that year?
No, that was the second time that I did it.
Okay.
But the first time that I did it, I decided to be, you know, and everything there. And, you know, I got a lot of flack for like having like a character persona as Salina. But like it stems from this pageant because everyone in the show basically has like a character.
Yeah.
And their names relate and their whole package relates to the character that they create for the show. And my character was Maria Lopez, and she was a ghetto chola from East LA, and that was like my character that I created for the show. And she was pregnant, but the whole idea was that she's never had sex, she's a virgin, so she didn't know she got pregnant. And then my talent for the pageant was I gave birth on stage, and the baby flew into the audience.
So it's similar to what you did at Mickey's.
Yes, exactly.
Like about a year ago, a little bit longer?
Well, at Mickey's, well, what happened was I did that. I was doing this pageant, gearing up for it. So then I started to do drag competitions in West Hollywood because I was like, I might as well make a little money while I'm like dipping my toe into this drag thing. And then I got into some competitions that I started winning. And then I did Project Drag after I did the fundraiser. Project Drag was this big competition to be a showgirl at Mickey's in West Hollywood. And, you know, showgirl back in the day was like, you wanted to be a showgirl, and the only way you were a showgirl is you were like iconic, like Glenn Allen, you know, Delta Work, like all these iconic queens back in the day who were like in the industry, and then the Rue Girls like Raven and Morgan, like who ran it, right? They were the judges. So I was a baby queen competing for Raven and Morgan, and they would give me critiques every week, and they were kind of like, that's how I started doing drag. And there was a competition night one night that was Take Me to Church. You had to do a church gospel number. So I decided to be the Virgin Mary because I was like, that's like a play on of my Maria Lopez character. She was like this generation's Virgin Mary. So I did Virgin Mary, and then that ended up being my snatch game on Drag Race. So it's all full circle, and that's what this obsession with the pregnant belly is. But also just like I had for that for the fundraiser as Maria Lopez, I had bought a $600 prosthetic silicone pregnant belly for that. And so that's where that pregnant belly is. I've been using it till this day. It's like hanging by a thread, like it's attached to this leotard. But I bought it from this like Hollywood movie shop that made it custom for me, and like I went full out for the fundraiser for AIDS, did it for AIDS, and that's what I've been using. That's where the belly comes from.
Well,
sorry, long-winded answer.
No,
I talk a lot.
I was just noticing. I was like belly, 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 belly. But now that you said it's $600, that makes sense.
She got her.
You got to get the money's worth.
Yes, ma'am. Listen, I got pregnant. I paid to get pregnant, and I didn't even get it in. I didn't. Anyways.
Well, I'm sure you've gotten it inside of you, as you've said multiple times on different podcasts. Now, you've been on Very Delta.
Yes.
You've been on Sloppy Seconds.
Yes.
You have, on both of those, expressed stories that I would say got you into, oh my goodness territory.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, I learned about Dorito Gate.
Oh.
Yeah. I learned about you getting arrested.
Yes, that was on Sibling Rivalry with Monet.
So I would like for you to think of the most sexual story that has happened to you that you have not told on a podcast.
Okay.
And then I want you to treat it like a G version.
Okay. Fine.
I want to guess. I want to try to guess.
This would actually be a challenge on Drag Race, because as a homosexual, gay man, slut, whore, crazy gutter rat, I am a pig. And so like it should be a challenge on Drag Race to have to like be PG and Disney. Like whenever I work for the Mouse, like on TV and film stuff, they never use my last name. They only use Salina. And I actually anyways, I won't say this other story. But so okay, this let me try being PG. Okay. So how about I tell the story of the first time I did poppers?
Okay, let's hear.
All right. So picture it. I'm 19 years old, Hollywood, fresh, hopped off the bus, ready to be a star. And here I am, right, coming into my own. And then I discover that I am having these urges. Oh, little urges, little urges to feel things within my body, to become the star that I know I am. So I met this guy, right, and he said he was an agent.
Where'd you meet him?
On a website.
Okay.
Yes, Adam and Eve? PG.
Okay.
So Adam for Adam. Yes, Adam for Adam, that's PG. Okay, Adam for Adam was this website, and it's a website where you can find a romantic partner. So I was on the website and I was looking for a romantic partner, and he was an agent. So I said, oh my God, everything's happening the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm here to be a star. I want to find an agent. And he's the agent, so he told me to come to his house in Pasadena. So I went to the house in Pasadena, and that, at that time they would have Uber, so I had to take a taxi. So I took like a $28 taxi to Pasadena from Hollywood, and I got to this guy's apartment, and I don't think he was an agent, but it's fine. And so I go upstairs, and he had a friend there. So I said, oh, okay, that's cool. So we're with the friend, and then his roommate was also home. So we were just sitting on the couch, and his roommate kept going back and forth to the kitchen. So we were like, okay. And then when it was time to do an audition for the agent. And so I couldn't do the audition there in the living room because the roommate kept walking in.
It might make you feel a certain type of way.
It would have made me nervous. I couldn't perform my best, right? Especially for the roommate. I can't let him see my talents for free. This is for the agent. He has to pay for that talent. So then he just said, okay, why don't we go into the closet? There was a broom closet in the living room. So he opened the closet. It was very Dobby the house elf, or like how Harry Potter lived under the stairs. It was very Harry Potter's, but minus the J.K. Rowling. So I go into the closet, and the agent follows me, and his assistant friend that he was with comes in there as well. So we're all three gonna have an audition in the closet. And we're in there, and there was enough room for us to lay down, actually. So we laid down in the closet. And I because I'm doing the script called for me to lay down, and
like Sleeping Beauty.
very much, except awake.
Okay.
And so then the agent decided to get behind me to show me how to do the correct blocking,
Yes.
right? Per script. And then the assistant, the scene called for someone to be in front of me. So the assistant came in front of me, and then we actually decided to do the scene together, all together. And we did the audition together. And mind you, I wasn't performing well because I wasn't able to, the director had a very large vision for what this movie was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
And the vision, I was having a hard time engulfing the vision, right? I had a hard time accepting the vision into my aura. So then the assistant said, I can help with this. Mind you, my vision was all up in the assistant. I was in there easy peasy. He was good to take it. He's a very talented actor. So then the assistant said, take this. It's a little bottle. Oh, it was a potion.
Yes.
So the assistant had a little potion, right? Because I'm Sleeping Beauty, so it's giving very fantasy, fairy tales. So the assistant had the little potion, and he ripped off the top, and he said, here, just take a whiff of this beautiful potion. And so I said, okay. And mind you, I've never done a whiff of potion before. And so I'm inside. I mean, the assistant was engulfing me, and I was attempting to engulf the director, and it was not being engulfed because the director had such a big vision. So then I took a whiff of and mind you, the vision was seen. The vision was seen, and I took all 9.5 inches of this director's vision, and I was also inside of the assistant, and I had the most euphoric experience on this closet floor, and it was insane. And that was the first time I did poppers. I couldn't believe it. Everything was just, and like, what, isn't it crazy that the first time I did poppers was running a train on me? Crazy.
That is crazy.
It's crazy, choo-choo.
Well, you know what? I think this should be a Disney movie now.
Maybe we call it Inside Out. Listen, the dad from Inside Out is so hot. Have you seen the AI photos?
Yes.
Actually, can you
of him, like,
can
in
you
his
put your leg down? You look like him. That's the photo. That's the photo. That's the photo. Remember when he's in his underwear?
Yes.
Joseph. Oh my God.
Have you seen the ones where he's bending over too?
Baby, and it's dripping out the back.
Yes.
Yes. We don't have to be PG no more, right?
No.
Oh, that was so hard. Jeez,
you did a
put
great
his
job.
Giant dick inside me while I sniffed the poppers, bitch. It was sickening.
No, I will give it up for you. That was a great freaking job.
Imagine if I had time to actually write that script out. That would have been sickening.
Yeah.
You guys want to know something crazy? So I've known Joseph forever on social media. But how long ago was this? Like maybe 6 years ago?
It was 20...
It has the date.
I think it was 2017, 2018.
I messaged Joseph on Facebook Messenger because I just thought he was so cute. So I said, hi. And then he responded, he's like, hello. And I was like, you're very handsome or something. And he's like, thanks. I have a boyfriend, but if you'd like to be friends, we can totally be friends. And I was like, I think I just left you on red. I said, oh, okay. And then I never talked to him ever again until I was on Drag Race.
Yeah, no, you never did. And I would come into Barry's, you'd be working the smoothie counter.
Really?
And you'd give me like a look.
Really?
Yes.
Was I nasty?
No, you weren't nasty. It would just be like a...
So angry, so bitter.
And I was like,
what
the fuck did I do?
I just wanted to taste your protein. Jesus.
I know, but I was like...
so funny. You're like, this little queen needs to give me my smoothie, bitch, so I can go home. I used to blend smoothies at Barry's Boot Camp. And that's interesting. Like, I love making smoothies at Barry's Boot Camp for all these boys that I used to be so intimidated by. The Barry's is it's like a cult of a very specific kind of gay man. And they're kind of scary because they're very like, right? And it's like, I get very scared of that because I'm very insecure. So I made myself work there so I could feel more comfortable around those boys.
Yeah.
And what the cool thing is, they would see me like I used to work on my audition tape there at Barry's, like on their computer. I have like 5 audition tapes, or 3 audition tapes that I edited there that are still on the computer. People who work there message me all the time. They're like, I see a video here of you like lip syncing. I was like, oh yeah, that's my audition tape for season 12. And all the boys that I used to be so intimidated by are now like fans of mine and rooting for me.
So cool.
That's the really cool way that the universe works.
Well, this game that we are about to play is called Spin the Bottle. Did you play Spin the Bottle when you were younger? Did you have sleepovers or slumber parties or anything when you were younger?
Yeah, but like we just went to it. We didn't mess with no bottles. We just we just would do it. We'd like, you go to with her in the closet. And they do it and then we come out.
Did you ever have male sleepovers?
So isn't that interesting? It's always the neighbor boys, right? Like we'd have like sleepovers, and then it's interesting. I was never the one to insinuate anything, to do anything. It was always the other boys who would be like, you want to watch, I have a video, you want to watch a video? And then we watch porn for the first time. And then like, I remember this one kid, he had his uncle's stash of like VHS tape porns, and we would watch one every single day. We're like, which one we're going to watch today? We're going to watch this one. And we weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
We were just literally watching. So like, it was just, I feel like a lot of kids discover sexuality. Like, I always say this too. Like, I feel like a lot of people's kinks and what they're into as adults stems from what their experiences were as little kids. And isn't that like when you put the dots together and connect it, it's like, oh, no wonder he has a furry fetish. He's like, was like fucking his stuffed animals when he was little. Like.
You just like brought a revelation to me. I'm like, oh my goodness, because.
Well, yes. Well, like
my obsession.
Yeah. What are you into, Daddy?
I had a fascination also with like naked people in media. So like, I loved a good Jackass. There was a moment when No Doubt came out with Hella Good.
Okay.
And there's a scene where I believe it's the drummer, and there's a pull-up bar, and he's fully nude and he pulls himself up. And for some reason that really fascinated me. So I went to my shower, and there was the shower rod, and I got nude and I pulled it and I came down and my mom like ran up and I'm completely nude, like the thing's all down, and she's like, what happened? I'm like, no idea.
Well, actually it was a really innocent thing.
Yeah.
You're just imitating what you saw in the video. It's a very innocent thing. It's like non-sexual too, right?
Yeah.
It's non-sexual. I think that's the thing too. It's like a lot of stuff is just things get so blown out of context, and like, parents too are like, oh no, right? Anyways, I had very similar things, like going to the mall and going to the underwear section and the Calvin Klein packages and seeing the bulge. Like, baby, that, like for me, I love dick pics. Like dick pics are my favorite thing in the entire world. Like I don't even touch it. I don't even need to taste it. I just want to see it. I just like knowing. And then I think part of the knowing comes from the fantasy of the bulge, right? Like what's behind the bulge?
What's behind it?
Yes.
What's behind the curtain?
What's behind the curtain, baby? Show me. What's underneath the skin?
And on that note, we're going to take a break. And when we get back, Salina EsTitties is going to spin the bottle.
I love the smell of Play-Doh. It's so good.
Exposed After Dark with Joseph Shepard.
Do you know what my favorite thing to do after dark is? Sex. I said it. And now that I got you thinking about it, now that I got your attention, let's talk about Freddie, the #1 rated and most inclusive PrEP clinic. PrEP is a pill that you take daily, and it reduces your risk of acquiring HIV. With Freddie, you can get your PrEP prescribed online, get it delivered to your door. It is discreet, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And it's also free for over 90% of Freddie patients. With 100% virtual consultations, you get your PrEP prescribed online and delivered to your door discreetly. I mean, what more can you ask for? Freddie even offers DoxyPep, which can be used to enhance STI prevention. So get started with Freddie's 1-minute PrEP questionnaire at gofreddie.com. That's GOFREDDIE.com to see if PrEP is right for you. And let's get back to the show, and you can think about what I'm doing after dark. And we are back. Salina's been telling us all about her personal life. We've learned a lot of things about her, also about me. And now it's time for her to spin the bottle. What's going to happen is that you're going to spin this bottle, and whatever it lands on is the game we're going to play.
All right.
So go ahead and take a spin.
Let's play spin the bottle in the backseat.
Pics from the past.
Oh!
Oh no!
What is this?
That's insane.
What is this?
That's crazy.
What is this?
I have braces on. Look at my eyelashes going down. I had a very long makeup journey, honey. It took a long time to get to this.
You look like that girl in that bad Willy Wonka experience in the UK.
Oh my God, the crackhead.
Yeah, like
meth
blew
lab,
up. Yeah.
the meth lab one. Oh my God, what is this from? You know that Green Bob has seen some things. That Green Bob is iconic. You know my friend Tokyo, Tokespad?
Yes.
Shout out to Tokyo. Tokyo would steal this wig and he would do things in it and I'd be like, where the hell? I would literally like, Tokyo, where's my green bob? I love that green bob. He's like, I don't have it, bitch. He fucking had it. I would get so angry. We would fight over this green bob. It was iconic. It was a community bob.
How many times have you been in drag? Like, were you in drag at this moment?
At this point, I have been doing drag for maybe about 2.5, 3, 4 months.
Okay. So it's brand new, fresh.
Yeah,
How'd you
baby
learn to do
queen.
your makeup?
Baby queen. So it's so funny, but when I first started doing drag, I used to have Matthias Allen is a professional makeup artist. He used to paint me, and I used to pay.
He painted this?
No, I did
Oh.
that myself. He used to paint me, and I used to pay him $80 to $100 every time to paint my face. And I was doing competitions, like weekly competitions. And so the first like month, or maybe like the first like 3-4 weeks, which I got in drag like 6 or 7 times, and I was like, I can't afford this. He would paint my face, and sometimes he paint me like Marilyn Monroe. Sometimes he paint me like Cher. He was doing different drag faces on me, so it wasn't like I was finding my drag face. I was just getting a makeup artist to put me in face so I can go perform, because I'm a performer first. And so I was like, I can't afford this, so let me try. And I asked him if he would teach me, and he taught me some things. And then I would just look at pictures of like drag queens, and like I was just trying to make it work, honey. I don't know. There was no tutorials out yet, really, so it was just
It was
figure it
trial
out.
and error. Let's go to this right here. Who is this sexy man? Berry shirt. Look at them chests.
Do you
Look at
think
them
he's hot?
arms. Oh yeah, 100%.
That's the boy that hit you up on Facebook, but you had a boyfriend. No. It is though. That's when I worked at
Yes.
Barry's, and I was the most fit I'd ever been in my life. I'm so mad at the pandemic, because the pandemic's where I fucking lost it. It's like I just blew up and became a house. But that's little EsTitties, baby.
What does this remind you of? Like, is this like a moment in your time? Also, what's your phone case? You looks like it's like
It's the Lion King, Hakuna Matata. It reminds me of no worries. I was so hot at that time. But you know what's insane? I was 24, 25 years old at that point. I'm 33 today. And I thought I was chubby still. I thought I was still disgusting. I still felt uncomfortable taking off my shirt. I did not feel comfortable dancing at the club. I was scared to talk to guys. I was like, that's why I'm such a like cruising little like sneaker, because I feel like I'm sexy to be in the light. I have to be in the shadows and, you know, the alleys, and suck dick in the alley. So I hate that I thought that about myself, because look at me. I wish I looked like that right now. Like, I was hot. I had pecs, and I thought I had man boobs. You know, part of my EsTitties name, why I stuck with it, was because I'm so ashamed of my man boobs. Like, I always had chubby chest, always. It's like my problem area. So I thought, what if I make my drag name something that I'm insecure about to help me gain confidence with it? And still, even when I was my fittest, I still was so insecure about my man boobs. And it's interesting. I just, you know, I hate that I wasted so much time feeling so scared when I look so fucking good.
yeah. It's all like this fucking mind fog, because
I would eat his ass.
who's this person?
Oh, that's Ariana Grande.
How did you come into the Grande, Frankie, Ariana? Like, how did this happen?
Look at us. That's a Versace. Okay, fun Drag Race fact. Do you remember my puffer gown, my puffer outfit?
Yes.
With the compartments? It was inspired by this outfit that she's wearing. I wanted to pay homage to my girl Ariana. This is a Versace puffer coat that she wore in 2000. Puffer coat dress, and my puffer outfit was inspired by this exact silhouette. That's exactly what I was wearing, but just my own little way. I love you, Ari. When I was doing that competition with Raven, actually, when I was pregnant, the Virgin Mary, the guest judge that day was Frankie Grande. And Frankie Grande, and we're very open about our recovery and sobriety, you know. And Frankie was, you know, he was on some stuff, whatever. He was drunk or high, I don't know what he was, but he was very like, like to the extreme. And we're like, oh, this boy has a lot of energy. And but he was very sweet, and I ended up winning that night. So we like connected backstage. And he's like, Queen, you are amazing. Oh my God. And he loves Madonna. And I did Papa Don't Preach as the Virgin Mary. So he was living for it. And I was like, oh my God, okay, nice to meet you. Oh my God, nice to meet you. And then literally 3 days later, I was at one of my AA meetings. At that time, I had like 3.5 years of sobriety. And Frankie was sitting in the back. And I was out of drag at that point at the meeting. So I went up to him. I was like, hey, I'm the drag queen that was, pregnant on stage the other night. And he was like, oh my God, hi, nice to see you. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's like I'm trying to. I need to get sober. And I was like, well, why don't we go hang out? And I was like his sponsor for a quick minute, and we ended up hanging out and going to meetings, and then from there we just became sober sisters. And when I ended up winning that Project Drag competition, I became a showgirl at Mickey's. And the finale night where I did my big like official showgirl moment, Frankie came, and it was around it was right after Thanksgiving, and Frankie was after the show was like, so I told Ariana that I was with a drag queen and she wants to meet you. And I was like, what? He's like, do you want to come to my house and meet Ariana? And this is at the time that she wasn't new, but she was still earlier in her career.
Yeah.
At this time, she was recording Christmas and Chill at her house, in the studio in her house. And at this time, they lived in Beverly Hills. And so we went to Beverly Hills, and I'm full geesh. We went to Beverly Hills, and I was wearing like this very womanly blonde unit. And it was the first time I wore like smaller hair and felt really pretty. And so we go into the house, and Frankie's fixing me a plate of Thanksgiving leftovers because I hadn't eaten all day. And I just won the competition. And then, and I also had done, because that night I did a Hercules number.
Okay.
I Won't Say I'm in Love. I was Megara, and I had a Megara dress, and I made this hand puppet with all 5 of the muses as my hand doing woo.
So cool.
So our Frankie sent Ariana that video, so that's why she wanted to meet me, because she loves Hercules. Remember, she's saying Don't Say I'm in Love for the Disney thing. And so I went to the house, and I brought the hand puppet, and I wanted to say I offered to give it to her, but she said, oh my God, since you're giving me something, hold on. And she like went to the back, and she brought me out, and she was like, hi, I have these lipsticks if you want them. Like, you don't have to take them. And I was like, it was the Viva Glam collab that she had just done. And it was like a dark purple wine color that I still use to this day. So that first photo you have, the purple lipstick that I'm wearing, that's the lipstick, the Viva Glam lipstick that she gave me. And that was the first time that I met her. And then she's like, do you want to come into the studio and like hear what we're working on? And I was like, sure. And they started playing some Christmas and Chill. And I like jumped into the splits, and I started dancing and twerking my ass, doing the EsTitties experience. And like, it's history ever since. I've just been like a part of the family ever since then. And Frankie, the Grandes got their son back thanks to his recovery and sobriety journey, and I got to be a part of that. So
cool.
I've spent Christmases with them every year ever since. And this was actually in Telluride, Colorado, when we took a big family Christmas trip out there, and it was us ice skating.
So you're Salina
cool.
Grande.
Salina Grande EsTitties. Oh my God! Look at him!
What was...
Look at him! Just chubby, bitch.
I also love your hair.
I was such a weirdo. I could not leave the house unless my hair was done. And I would have hairspray and make sure it's perfect and slicked back and Guido. And you know what's interesting? I was so nervous to go on Drag Race as a boy because also I was chubby and I felt insecure. So I never wear my hair back like that. But on Drag Race and my confessionals, I wore my hair back like that because I think I was just so nervous. I think I locked into like this old me that felt I needed to be perfect and like put together. And I would style my hair like this on Drag Race, which I don't style my hair like that anymore. So it's so weird that I like fell back into that. But this is chubby 14, 15-year-old Jason. And it's so funny. My dad wanted me to play football so bad. And I only played because he wanted me to play. I didn't know how to play. I didn't know the rules. I was chubby. And the weight class, and mind you, I was like 14 or 15, and they had me playing with the 16 and 17-year-olds because of my weight, because it's all by weight class.
Yeah.
I was like 170 pounds or something. And that's how heavy the kids are. But you have to be 150 in order to play. Like, you couldn't be more than that because it's not fair with the rules or whatever. So I had to lose 20 pounds in order to play. and I had to play in a weight class that was above my age range because I was just heavy. So I would run around in a plastic bag to try to lose weight, and my dad was like, "You can do this, you can do this." And I was
like a garbage bag?
yes. And I lost the 20 pounds, and we were going to weigh-ins, and I was drinking electrolytes and like spitting it out so I wouldn't gain anything. And like the weigh-ins was such a big thing, and all I wanted to do was like make the weight so that my dad could like I could play for my dad. And I was 150.2 or something, and they let me in, and I lost the 20 pounds, and I got to play. And I didn't know how the hell to play football, baby. I was getting flags left and right because I was holding on to people's jerseys and being thrown around. And the coach for the Titans in Daly City was such an asshole. Oh, he was so rude to me because I think they all knew I was this little fairy, fat, chubby little kid, and like they were so mean to me. I busted my upper lip. The boys would tackle me so I would get like hurt intentionally. It was really on my own team, my own teammates. It was a horrible experience, but I'm just happy I did it for my dad, and like it's really cool today to say like, oh yeah, I play football.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of hot.
There's another image that you put up recently, and I know that it was a collaboration, but I do have to ask you, how many times have you used this?
Actually, I didn't get to keep it. My manager ran over with it. We took the photo, and then he had to go take it so someone else could take a photo with it. I didn't get to use it, so I don't know.
You didn't communal it?
Closet, if you want to send me one so I can try it and promote your product, maybe we could do that. But no, I didn't get to use it. You know, I like to use a real anus instead.
On that note, we're gonna take a break. When we get back, Salina EsTitties is gonna spin the bottle one more time.
Exposed After Dark with Joseph Shepard.
I have met Rihanna. Second is I might have sold meet and greets in the name of another drag queen. When I went to Vegas to see Britney Spears, I ended up making out with her hottest dancer. Hey guys, I'm Fontana, and my truth is actually selling meet and greets in the name of Victoria Shakespeare's.
Hey, we are back. I'm with Salina EsTitties. It's Exposed After Dark. And during the break, Salina and I got a little naughty on the floor, but now it's time for her to spin the bottle.
Again?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, it's such a beautiful.
It's actually a very thin bottle.
Let's place in the bottle in the backseat.
special smegma.
I'm going to present you. This is called Back in the Closet.
Okay.
I'm going to present you with 3 different questions.
Okay.
You have to answer 2 of them out of the 3. Very similar to Plead the Fifth with Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live. But you can only send one of these questions back in the closet. You do not know what the next question will be.
Okay.
So get ready. Name a drag queen you no longer want to work with.
It was ridiculous.
Name 'em.
Not having.
Name 'em.
Well, be quiet. So
Name
let me
'em.
talk. Jesus.
Name them.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Irene the Alien. I don't fuck that bitch. Bye.
Your season 15 mirror message said, "Guess I got what I deserved.
Yes.
Love you, hoes." But you put deserved in quotation marks.
Mm-hmm.
What were you meaning by that? What was the meaning behind deserved?
Because Lucy LaDuca in Untucked, when I was like, say their names. Who else? Because it was very clear Lucy should have said mistress, instead to go home because she don't mess with her. Like, that was your perfect opportunity, girl, to make some good TV, to get her out, to not say your friend who you were just shoulder you were crying on about her, bullying you. So she's like, Salina, the question was who deserves to go home? And so I was like, oh, I deserve to go home? Based off what? The track record that you said doesn't even feel real. So that was the reason, the question that RuPaul asked, and that's what Lucy said. Salina, RuPaul said the question was, who deserves to go home? So I deserve to go home, apparently. So that's why I put on my mirror message, I got what I deserved.
I still think you should have won that lip sync.
I think I did win that lip sync.
I think you did too.
Yeah, but it's fine. They had to do what they had to do. It's fine. I'm at peace with it today, but it's fun to talk about it because no one's ever asked me that question. I think people kind of like looked over that.
Yeah.
Because then the Ross Matthews thing happened, and that's kind of, it took precedence. So
Ross Matthews, you can eat my ass, faggot. Ross Matthews, you can eat my ass, faggot. Ross Matthews. refuse, you can eat my ass.
But we're past that.
All right, your final question. Have you ever taken anything from Ariana Grande's house? And if so, what?
No.
You've never taken anything?
I'm not gonna put it back in the closet because I've never taken anything. No, I would never steal. Never. Not I wouldn't steal from them. No, I would never. They've been so good to me. I would never do that. No. If I've ever taken anything, no. And they're very generous. They're very generous
Yeah.
people. Yeah. So if anything, they've let me go home with some snacks.
Mozart's balls. I love me some Mozart's balls. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I close out every show with the following.
Okay.
I have the queen or whoever I'm interviewing give me 2 lies and a truth about yourself.
Okay.
And then in the next episode, we will reveal what your truth was.
Okay, that's fun. I like that.
So think about it. Take a moment.
Okay.
What
Do you
are-
want- can it be sexual or is it?
It can be anything.
This is a sexual show, right? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't just being a sexual pervert
No.
the whole time. Okay.
This will be the most sexual episode, probably.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well, okay. 3 lies and a 5. What?
two lies and a truth.
2 lies and a truth. Okay. 2 lies and a truth. The first one is I am circumcised. The second one is I have a gag reflex. And the third one is put a hot Cheeto in my butt before.
What's that?
Girl, that's a booty hole.
Not a hole, Keisha. A valve.
Okay, well, you all at home, let us know what you think Salina's lie is in the bottom of the comment section. Not in the bottom, but you can reply there. And make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm Joseph Shepard. This is Salina EsTitties. Where can everybody find you on the socials?
Find me on Instagram at EsTitties. That's EsTitties. Please follow me. Go follow me. I need my followers to go follow me. And then on YouTube at Salina EsTitties, I have a brand new podcast I'm going to be working on coming very soon called the Homegirl Hotline. You can call 888-51-HOMEGIRL to get a little taste of what's going on in my life with the podcast world, so I can be like Joseph Shepard and expose.
Yes.
Build an empire.
Build an empire. Thank you so much, Salina, for being here. Until next time, we are going to go get our backpacks and go on Explore Aura because it's time for Dora. Bye, guys.
The horror.
Exposed After Dark with Joseph Shepard. Exposed After Dark with Joseph Shepard.